Welcome, I'm Bella. I host Dust2Dust
Hello.
podcast. We are analyzing a song Swallowed by Bush. So,
Mhm.
Dust, why did you pick that song?
I picked it because of it was a song that I had that I, when I was rather upset at a particular time, um, I came home and I listened to it. It was after like a high school crush, and I guess I'll get in a little bit into the story. Basically, I was growing closer to this one girl, and this is like when I'm 15, and mm, she had a boyfriend, and but she was too strong. She didn't understand her boundaries towards me, and I was terrible with boundaries at that time because you're 15, and I was like a shy kid, just incapable of understanding it. And um anyways, this one afternoon, uh she we just get out of the gym and we head to this uh middle floor that's right where the front floor is, and the front doors are, and there's uh, a balcony that looks down over the doors that are the entrance to the school. And the reason I'm explaining all this is it's actually all relevant. So she takes me aside and says, "Well, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend now." And um and she's like, "Well, I want to be single." And I'm kind of taking a gasp at it because in my head, I had I wasn't ready for any of it. And I was also there was something in the back of my head going, "Hmm, um do unto others as you would have them do unto you," in my thinking. And I just caused a breakup. It's like, that's not good. And I got rather mixed about my feelings, and uh, I sort of choked up and didn't say much. And um, it's because I really wanted to sort of think things over because I felt like I had done something wrong, though I also wanted to embrace the situation. But so I was conflicted. And then this girl who's up top looks, who's looking down, who she interrupts the conversation, and they're all talking to each other. And eventually she gets pulled away um, after meeting in the back of the stairwell. Anyways, she sort of disappears. And when she disappears, I mean, it's almost like I was talking to her for a bit and they just sort of ran off, and I don't know where they went. So I went throughout the high school searching for, because I was like kind of wondering what went on. She just dropped a bomb on me and then ran off. And I find the girl who was on the balcony in the library. And the girl in the balcony says, well, I ask her, where's her boyfriend and so on. I was kind of, and where is she? And this girl says, she's off with another guy. Don't tell is her boyfriend because she would be upset because she was setting up her with another guy not even 15 minutes after. So and I wasn't aware of it. And I remember it's raining. It seems to rain whenever I have romantic problems. I don't know why that is. It's like I'm in the Truman Show. But and I head home. The and it rains throughout the rest of the day, and I come to school the next day, and I see them with this other guy embraced, and I was like, I was rather upset and went home, kind
Damn.
of bawled like a kid. And yeah, that was when I listened to this song, just blasted whatever song I found, and the lyrics just happened to sound exactly like what I was feeling. So that's why I chose the song.
I like this song. Mm.
Thanks. It starts off with warm sun, feed me up. I'm leery, loaded up, loathing for a change, and I slip some boil away.
It's so confusing to me.
Well, I think with Gavin Rossdale, who's like the writer of the song, I think he kind of uses, he doesn't use English in the traditional sense. He uses it kind of like the words are paint, and like
Oh,
he uses them like a paintbrush in order to get the different emotions going. So when you think of warm sun, feed me up, he's setting the tone of emotions, and I'm leery, loaded up is also kind of, he's unsettled at the same time, and loathing for a change is a case where he he's looking for a change, but at the same time it's also he's in a loathsome state currently. So, and as for, I don't know what he means by boil away, but it's a really, once he gets into the more of the other refrains, I feel like it makes a little bit more sense.
I read it like that. I imagined that guy coming out to the sun, feeling cold. He had been left out cold, let's say, and he asks, feed me up, give me that warmth. And when he says boil away, it's like, come on, boil away. That's what I thought. Loathing for a change. And I sleep some, boil away. It might have some very specific meaning to him. I'm leery, loaded up.
Hmm.
There is something that he needs to boil away, basically. And I do think it's like a culmination of that idea, boil away. It's like, I have too much of inside me. I want you to boil it away. And there is a saying like sun is the best disinfectant kind of thing. Yeah.
Hmm. I like that interpretation. Swallowed, followed, heavy about everything but my love. Swallowed, sorrowed. I'm with everyone and yet not. I'm with everyone and yet just wanted to be myself. Hmm.
Emotions.
When as it gets later on into the song, it talks about um, him being a worm on a fishhook, and the idea of being swallowed like by a fish. or something along those lines, feeling more or less circumferenced or overwhelmed, and almost feeling like something is around you on all sides and then closes in.
Do you think it's about imposed rules upon him? It's like he wants
Impose.
to be myself. I just wanted to be myself. But they would like, no, 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 you cannot, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to that, you're not allowed. And so that like all of that thing just like overwhelmed him and he felt trapped. I wanted to
Hmm.
be myself, but now I'm trapped in
Mm-hmm.
here. Heavy about everything but my love. Like he's sure about his love. It is an implication of forbidden love in a sense. Just wanted to be myself, but I'm sure about my love. But the rest is the reality, which is no, 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 and like put him on a fishhook.
Hmm.
That's how I interpreted that line.
When I went to heavy about everything but my love, I thought um, everything, he understood everything but love. It was
Oh,
the love part that was the issue. Um,
hmm.
but I'm not certain because he sort of paints words, he uses the words in such tricky ways.
Heavy. I thought feeling heavy is like you're disagreeing with it. It weighs on you. It pulls you down. Accept your love somehow. I wish I could ask him though. What exactly did he mean? So how did you understand it again? It's like he understands everything but his love.
Yeah, like
Mm.
the he understood how everything around him operated, but that language of love, that would be the shortcoming.
Oh. What do you think about I just wanted to be myself?
Well, that's very much, I think, what most people in general feel. But I also think that he was writing this song, and he says, at least in his words, there were it was during a time where his career was quite busy. So being himself is kind of hard to do when everyone around you has expectations of who you are, expectations of the person that you are,
Mm.
expectations that, yeah.
I'm with you guys, but I want to be myself. Basically. Hey, you said you would love to try some. Hey, you said you would love to die some. In the middle of a world on a fishhook. You are the wave. You
I think it was
understood
I
that line. Yeah.
think I was worm on a fish hook. But
It's like
I
he
don't
is the
know.
bait. Like
Yes.
so
Um,
he is he addressing fish here, like when he says, hey, hey.
yeah, oh well, hey, you would like uh, I'm guessing to me it kind of sounds like would would you like to try some, would be like, would you like to taste this?
Mm, to be
And
myself.
say, hey, you would love to die some, would be something akin to, would you like to give over yourself to this, and basically saying that you looked like you were wanting to come into the closeness of this experience, and instead you left me like a fish on a hook, and
Mm.
instead of getting carried off by you in a wave, I'm swallowed by the fish. That's how my 15-year-old self interpreted it, at least.
Yeah, your 15-year-old might have been, your 15-year-old for yourself might have been spot on. I felt it like he was like daring the fish, but now when in that line, hey, you said you would love to die, son. I when I heard it, I thought he's picking up the fight with others, but now I think he's inviting others to feel what he feels. Like, do you want to know what it's like to be on a fish hook in the middle of a world on a fish hook? You're the wave. It's like you are the change. Like, what does it mean you are the wave?
You're the thing carrying me away to safety,
Oh,
or carrying me away from getting swallowed, but instead he gets swallowed.
it's like Pinocchio's belly of the beasts keeps coming up for me.
Hmm.
It's like the rock bottom thing.
Yeah, I felt like this for me when I was listening to it as a kid. um I was picturing myself needing something to rescue me from being swallowed up like a wave, but the wave doesn't come. Instead, it gets swallowed.
Oh, so the wave is the safety thing. He is asking for help when he says, you would love to try some. You said you would love to try some. You said you would
Mm,
help me. You, hey, you said you would love to die some. So you said you would like to risk the middle
mhm,
of a world and you're the wave. Okay, I get it. If going with the analogy of being swallowed by a shark, like Pinocchio, he is asking for somebody who promised him help.
mhm.
And like, yeah, you're the thing that can get me out. And you remember how you said that? It's very, very direct, but like really hidden in a sense. I like it.
Well, he was cryptic with most of the things he said, and I think that sometimes the words are there to be open to interpretation, but I don't know. I don't know how tongue in cheek he's being, and I don't know how.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he starts talking about having blackened lungs and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of hard for me to completely understand. Swallowed, borrowed, heavy about everything but my love. Swallowed, hollowed, sharp about everyone but yourself. Swallowed, oh no, I'm with everyone and yet not. I'm with everyone and you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a change here. So he's pointing finger this time. I think we had been onto something, this investigation. He's addressing that mysterious you who promised us stuff. I'm with everyone, but yet not. And I'm with everyone now, but you are not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there is also this line change that I would like to know your opinion about. Sharp about everyone but yourself.
Sharp would be a term would when in English you look good, you look sharp.
Oh.
And in that case, you're wise or understood
Mm-hmm.
about everything but yourself. So the one person he doesn't know is himself. Everyone else he knows, but he doesn't get himself.
But like I I thought when he says yourself, he's still addressing that one person who promised to get him out. Unless all that entire song he was addressing himself.
He
Sharp.
swaps.
Oh.
He swaps all the time. Throughout the one line will be about the other person, and then he goes back to himself. Then he goes back to the other person. Yeah.
Mm. I'm with everyone and you are not. Okay.
Now that I don't entirely get, but
Like the way I seen it, in the second stanza, he introduces that other person who would save him from the belly of the beast, because that person, like, I would do it. I wanted to try some. I wanted to die some. And he's like, well, now is the time. And he says, sharp about everyone but yourself. I understand the position of you, of everyone but yours. And now swallowed, oh no, I'm with everyone, yet not. You are not with everyone now. So it's like he is caught somebody else promising things they would not deliver. And he's
oh
calling them out here.
yeah, huh.
That's what I thought.
I think your interpretation works there. Yeah.
So, Gavin, if I'm famous enough for you to explain it to me, please come in. I would be honored.
Yeah, that would be
Big
awesome.
fans here. Yeah. Imagine that world when famous people will start explaining themselves
Oh,
to
it'll happen.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Dream big, shit will happen. Okay. I'm with everyone, and yet, peace on self esteem, forward busted knee, sick head, blackened lungs, and I'm simple, selfish son. Yeah, I get that one. That one is anger at emotions. Like he's upset now. What do you think?
Mm. I I think it sound well when he sings it, he sounds he feels like his self-esteem has gotten like a dog passed by and took a whiz on your leg.
Oh,
That's what happened to his self-esteem. So and and he uh, is like a young kid that trips and falls on his knee. And as for sick head and blackened lungs, I'm guessing that's definitely very personal to Gavin because he was a smoker. And as for the sick head, that I don't know about, and I'm not inside his head, but um, my 15-year-old self could at least relate to having a sick head. So, um, and I'm a simple, selfish son. Um, well, just means that, you know, he realizes that he's a selfish person and that he's a sinner, but, you know, he's also someone that kind of needs these needed rescue, and yet at the same time um, he's average in terms of different people in life. So I don't really have very good words to explain it myself because I'm not capturing a very good explanation.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think he opened up when he asked a person for help. You're the wave. And you said you would help. Like, you're the wave. Like, help me. And now he's trying to come to terms with his sudden vulnerability. And this is kind of self-deprecation thing here. Piss off on self-esteem. And then he runs forward, even though he's hurt, massively hurt, probably sick head and blackened lungs because he was worrying so much he smoked his lungs out. There is something in here, like, I do remember that when people worry they might be able to smoke a pack of cigarettes pretty quickly. So shout out to all the people who've been there. I get you guys. And so he's there. I have been through shit. Please help me. And I still feel selfish son, so he comes back to self-deprecation again. It's like, I'm a poor guy, like, please. But I'm suffering, dude, here, like, for real. And you said you will help me. And again, he comes back into that thing, like, he's not sure. Like, he's trying to find the way out. Yeah, he's asking for help, a specific person in those lyrics here.
Well, I think at the time he was with Gwen Stefani, I think.
Oh my God. I'm a big fan, by the way. She's awesome.
I'm with everyone and yet not. Got to get away from here. Miss the one that I love a lot. Miss the one that I love a lot. I love. And
Yeah.
he's pretty much saying that he wants to well, hide, essentially.
Got to get away from here, right? So he's in the middle of action, of a group, of something that's happening, but he wants to go and hide because he's missing somebody who isn't there. And I think it's coming back to that part. I'm with everyone, and yet you are not. Do you think it might be describing something like a party? So basically, he came to a party and that person wasn't there. It's like the entire song, we give so much meaning to it, but that song is about one party where that person who said who would be there did not show up. It's like, it's just, what do you think?
Spot on. Yeah. With him, you don't know because part of his art is a little bit tongue in cheek sometimes, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, I think that's very possible.
Okay. So Dust, thank you for bringing the song. Do you have anything new that you noticed after today's analysis about that song?
Quite a bit. It's quite a bit to reflect upon. Thinking about how he was dealing with those emotions and I was dealing with my high school crush emotions. And it's it's interesting how two different worlds sort of connect when it comes to art, even though your experiences are completely different. The emotions and the colors, they intertwine in some form or fashion. And I think there is a real part that you give to the other person when you sing, and there's a part that you understand of that person when you listen. So
Yeah, very profound. Thank you. Thank you for free time.
thank you.
People, please check out Dust2Dust's YouTube channel. I will provide the link below. And thank you. See you in the next line by line.
See y'all.
Bye.
Your brain first gets a huge rush of dopamine when you fall in love, but it so that your brain doesn't go into a seizure, it starts plugging up gaps and makes it so that the structure sort of progresses and builds. And that's why you get a sort of diminishing return on that experience.
The
And you can
trough.
have, yeah. And also, we we generally have like two stories about a person that are competing, like one that's trust and the other one that's not trusting.
Mm.
And they just ride side by side until one is more dominant than the other, hopefully, because otherwise there's so much tension, you begin to get confusion between pain and love, and you can't separate the two. It's tough, I know.